Jackie, are you talked about in the States as Joan COLLINS' sister, or is she talked about as Jackie's COLLINS' sister?
Never mentioned in America.
Yeah.
But in Europe, it's a little more so, because in Europe she's been a big star for so many years.
Yeah.
But in America, no, because I've had so many successful books there that have been #1 that people don't, really know that this is.
You don't think of it?
No, never.
You are the author of giant bestseller worldwide. How many copies did you sell until now?
About 100 billion books.
You write every day?
Yes. You have to. As a writer, you know this, that you have to drag yourself to the desk, because otherwise you don't do it. A lot of people talk about it. They want to do it. They say, oh, I'll write a book one day. Yeah. They never do it.
You must have ass power.
Yes. Absolutely.
How many hours you write every day?
I guess I start writing about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I write through till about 6 or 7. And if I'm really on a roll, I'll write all night, and I'll put a bottle of scotch on the desk and just write all night. I like that a lot.
How many pages per day?
10.
10?
I try to achieve.
There's an average.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 is quite good. 20 is great, and 1 is not good.
What advice would you give me to write a bestseller?
I think you already have. But if I was going to give advice to people out there, I would say, you can't talk about it. You have to do it. You have to put that, ass on that chair and actually do it,
Tell me about Rockstar, your last book.
Well, Rockstar is a book that I wanted to write because it's an exciting story, that I saw it as an exciting story, about 3 rock stars. Bobby Mondello, who's the black soul superstar, Rafaela, who's this beautiful girl, and she becomes famous in Brazil. She sings Brazilian funk rock. And Chris Phoenix, who's the English rock star.
He's like Rod Stewart and Mick Jagger.
Rod Stewart and Mick Jagger, yeah. People have compared him to that because he's a definitive English rock star. I mean, he starts off at 18 and rises to 36. I mean, his age changes in the book, and you see him go through everything. It's almost a manual of how to become a rock star.
You met a lot of rock stars, You met the Beatles, the Stones.
Yes. I met them all, yeah. In fact, I met a lot because my husband has always owned discotheques. So,
yes, you were at the Ad-Lib, the famous Ad-Lib club in London.
The famous Ad-Lib is where I met my husband, and where I also met all the Beatles and the Stones and Rod and everybody. And it was great for me because over the years I've watched to see how the rock stars changed, what happened in their careers, the women in their lives.
And if a movie was to be done from Rockstar, which one would you like?
I would like to see Sting with a raunchy English rocker, because he has rock star eyes, He has that charismatic kind of feeling when he gets in front of the camera. And maybe Whitney Houston for the girl. I saw Whitney in New York.
How much money was invested in the States for the launching of your book?
I have no idea. I never asked that, but I just make sure that there's a lot.
I'm sure you did.
No, I don't ask that question, but I make sure that they do it properly, that they place a lot of ads.
It's very well done. There is a commercial in which you say, when it comes to the lives of the rich and the famous, I wrote the book. That's true.
This is true. Well, I did. And I think, when people read my kind of fiction, they are getting a very close look at what actually goes on, toned down, because if I told the real truth, nobody would believe it.
We must discover who it is every time. You have a leopard. You are very...
Oh, I love them. Yes, I love leopards.
Yeah.
I think they're beautiful animals, and they're very powerful, very strong.
It's fun to collect them. It's a gimmick in a way, no?
I guess so.
Is it true that for Christmas your book was sold and they gave leopard skin paper to wrap the book in it? It's true?
You know a lot, don't you?
I know a lot about it.
They had this wild picture of me kind of lying on a leopard skin rug with clothes on, and they wrapped it around the book as a special kind of Christmas promotion.
It's good merchandising, no?
Oh, it's fun. You've got to have fun in life,
And they say, make it a Jackie COLLINS Christmas.
That's right.
Wouldn't you have preferred to be involved in literature, instead of commercial book business?
But you see, I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
I have never pretended to be a great literary writer. I don't want to be a literary writer, and I probably couldn't be a literary writer. But I love to tell stories. I dropped out of school when I was 15, and I knew that what I wanted to do was write. And men read my books because they think they're very raunchy, very sexy. Women read them because they like the strong women. And my real fans read them because they like the humor.
But wouldn't you exchange 1 million copy against the Pulitzer Prize?
No.
Definitely.
What would I do with a Pulitzer Prize?
You don't suffer of being so successful and to write commercial novels.
No.
You don't suffer of it.
Because I myself never think of them as commercial. I think that when I sit down to write...
It's what you want to write.
When I write Rockstar, I'm not writing Rockstar to go out and sell millions of copies. I'm writing because it's what I want to do. And I'm very happy that it sells millions of copies, but it's not the reason I'm doing it.
You don't want to write someday a book without recipes, just about you, your life, with your husband?
A biography.
A miserable book.
You would be so bored. It wouldn't be miserable, it would be very happy.
Your sister left England before you, and you rejoined her in Los Angeles. You were jealous of her?
No, she was a movie star in Hollywood when I was this wild child in England. And I was expelled from school because I used to wave in Regent's Park. There used to be a guy that used to flash. Is that what you call it in France?
Yeah, flasher.
And I used to wave at him and I used to say, cold day today, isn't it? So they were really cross with me, the teachers. They said, we must get rid of this girl. And I played truant all the time. I was bad. I used to go to the south of France and steal Henry Miller out of the local drugstore and smuggle him back to England because at that time
it was forbidden, yeah. She's becoming a novelist now, your sister, no?
No, I think everybody will always perceive my sister as an actress. And in life, I think you have a vocation. Mine is to write and hers is to act.
But she's coming on your territory, no?
Not really. I think after 20 years and 12 books, she will have to run very fast indeed.
There is no fight between the two of you?
We're the best of friends. We always have been. The press would love to have it otherwise, but we always have been.
But you don't meet that much often, no?
I don't.
You don't meet that much often, no?
We meet at airports. Hello, I'm going to Paris and you're going somewhere else.
You've been married with the same man for the last 21 years. 21 years, yeah.
A long time in Hollywood.
A long time. It's different from your sister, no?
Very different,
What do you think of her life, about love?
I don't really think about it. I just write about other people.
Yeah, you are inspired by her sometimes?
No.
No? You want to write a book about Peter Holm, for instance?
Well, it's funny, you know, I wrote a book called Hollywood Husbands, and in it I had this outrageous soap superstar called Silver Anderson, and she had this kind of boyfriend who was like a barman hustler. And Peter Holm came up to me at a party one night and he said, "Oh, Jackie, thank you so much for making me look so good." I said, "Peter, if that was about you, it would have been a different book."